All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another edition of Dating Diaries. I am your host, Crystal Jordan. And before we get into Dating Diaries tonight, I wanted to make sure that you guys all had an opportunity. The holidays are a coming. And so I thought this was a good time to remind you to get your copy of Dear Alpha Female. It's not him, it's you. An interactive devotional designed to help you attract the love you deserve. You can also pick up a copy of How to Win When Ish Happens. 31 affirmations to build mental immunity in the midst of chaos. And I feel like we're kind of in the midst of chaos right now. So anyway, you can pick up one of those books. But before I move any further, I've got to bring the man of the hour. You guys know my amazing co-host, Scorpio Moe, and he has his book.
Yes,
He
definitely.
has his book.
Dear Alpha lady, it's all your fault. Damn it. Yes, Amazon has it. You
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, wherever you get your literature, it is available there. Walmart, all different types of places. And I do want to let you know, you are always having such a good time on Wind Down Wednesdays. I am. Let's cheer. Let's do cheers.
Okay.
A nice white wine.
There you go.
For the evening. Yes, for the evening. I was thinking that we should, not that we're big drinkers,
Right,
but that we should do like for people that may have their snacks, like every time we mention one word, you know how they do the drinking game, but we could do it not with like alcohol. It could be like if you have some soda with your snacks, or if you have like some Kool-Aid, you can participate in the drinking game.
I don't know why snacks got to be involved, but
because how else could we do the game if people are not snacking?
I'm not snacking.
You're smoking, okay? And those of us that don't want to smoke may want to snack. Hey, sparkling cider.
There you go.
Yes. Edna said that. Hey, Edna.
What up?
C-Dub.
C-Dub, what up?
What?
Hey, y'all wish C-Dub a happy, his birthday.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I did not. I didn't. I meant to text him happy birthday, and I forgot. So happy belated birthday. You guys, please show C-Dub some love,
please,
in the chat. We are happy to have him here. We are honored to have, such a distinguished gentleman here. Yes. But okay, so tonight it's a couple of things I want to discuss, but tonight's conversation piece, I guess we'll look at is is who gets lied to more, the people that we want to be with or the people that we don't. And I think it can go, it's interesting with men and women, but we want to talk about who gets lied to the most. But before we get into that, you know what it's time for. Dilemma, deal breaker, or disaster. I'm gonna let you call it this tonight. What
because I can't think of two. I don't have a dilemma, or maybe past dilemmas, but I know the answer. Do we do that?
We could do that. Yeah, if it was something that was troubling you,
Yeah. Okay. I do a dilemma that I had. I don't know how this is gonna work, but
we're locked in. We're buckled in. You guys buckle your seat. You already know. Those of you who are here every Wednesday, you know how this goes with Mo. So just buckle your seatbelt, and here we go.
Okay, I had a dilemma with a woman who it wasn't a serious thing. We really just had a
situationship.
Yeah. And it was very delightful when it happened. The problem was I did not like the way it smelled.
Here we go.
Now, but I enjoyed it.
What is it, a bad smell?
First it wasn't. And it wasn't all the time. So
Oh,
how
it was Russian roulette.
that's a good name.
It may not be bad, it may be bad.
You never know. There's potluck.
Potluck.
Thanks.
Was it when it was bad, was it bad?
But even when it was bad, I shouldn't say bad, but even when there was something there, it wasn't there at first. And here's the dilemma, and all men to deal with this. Like, you don't know to keep going or to leave it alone.
So it was gaining momentum.
Well, it didn't start with no momentum, and then momentum. So
now, I want to ask you a question. Did it start when you added you to the occasion?
Not even me at first. It just was a.
Were you using protection?
I got a point on that. Yes.
Because sometimes that can cause, it may not agree, with the person.
I didn't agree either. But here's the thing. My dilemma was, how do you say something? That was number one. And then the other thing was, do you stop? Now, here's what I've done before.
Okay. I'm sure he did, Dorica.
I know whatever, Rick, I know you said something slick, and I'm going to get you in a minute. But let me. but so I decided to stop. But you have a dilemma. Do you really address it and embarrass her?
Mm-hmm.
Could be a one-off. Could be a one-off. Or do I make it and put it on me? And I've talked to some other guys, and we've done this. So a woman might think that you've fallen short, right? Or
what does that mean?
You arrived early.
Right. Okay.
When you really didn't, you just needed to stop. So you'll take the L to save embarrassment.
And the L is her thinking that you.
And they'll run and tell people, oh, this person is, and that's not really the case. The problem is, I took the L to save and embarrass you because I didn't want to make it uncomfortable having that discussion.
Now, Mo, if this happened a number of times.
No, that particular situation, that was a one-time thing.
Oh.
Now, he could have ran off this particular one that I said I decided to take the L.
Yes.
Now, this woman could have ran off and tell people he is a 2-minute, 3-minute brother, and that was not the case. In 2 or 3 minutes, I smelled something that made me uncomfortable. It was a pungent smell, to be exact.
Okay, thank you. Question. You said when this started that it would happen on occasion. So I'm assuming that this
that's another person. That's another person.
So how did we jump to the new person?
Well, I was just explaining, men tend to, from when you meet women, things happen. So
maybe, okay, so with the person that it happened a few times, let's go back to that person. What I'm assuming it couldn't have been too bad because you returned.
Right. Well, return to the scene of the crime the first time.
Okay.
Because maybe they had a bad day or something.
Right. As Jonas said, maybe she ate garlic. You do know what women eat does. And also, as Dorica said earlier, it is true that men can throw a woman's pH balance off, or also prophylactics.
And I've heard these things. I've heard these things. So that's why it's the returning to the scene of the crime.
Okay, so that's why you gave it another shot.
Yeah, and then it'll be cool for a minute, and then it never starts off that. It's time, some
Now,
time.
are you gracing her with are you having an appetizer with your meal?
With that, with that, with,
It.
listen, not with the return felon. No.
But did you in the beginning, the first time, did you have an appetizer that evening?
It was the first time it happened. It wasn't the first experience. Do you want to say what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if you ever had an appetizer.
Yes.
Did you?
No.
Only after you added the eggplant.
Yes. Stirred the pot.
You stirred the pot. Well, I mean, there are a number of reasons. It sounds like it was a bad. Maybe some people just their chemistry is just off.
And it's like it's not. It wasn't continuous. Like I would never do all the time. Hey, but every now and then it just surprise you. You just never know. You'd be like, what?
So what was the? Did you what? What did you end up doing with that person?
I've ended it for other things, but I wanted to really have that conversation. And I'm not going to say just as uncomfortable it is for her, but it is uncomfortable to have that conversation with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's not easy. I only had to have that conversation one time.
Oh, and how was the outcome?
They was like, for real? And I was like, smash it.
Did you really do that?
No, but I did say, it don't smell like it normally smells. That's how I gave it. I didn't want to be like, hey, but I was like, it don't normally, because I was really trying to save from embarrassing someone.
Yeah. So you've only told one person that.
Tell one person.
You only have, okay. No, I'm asking like on a percentage, if you could just give us a percentage of the number of girls that just a percent, we don't need the number, but a percentage that has been an issue, because we hear men talking about it a lot. I would just say for women, sometimes, depending on the time of the month, depending on your body's allergies or how, everybody has a different makeup. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person has a problem. It could mean that they're, ovulating and there's a little bit, and then that gets connected, unless it's pungent, like disease or poison. If it's like poison, then that's different. But if it's just like a little extra sensual odor, but yes, it does seem. Yeah, and like Dorica says, also the person just finished their cycle. That has gotten me before.
I don't have them problems now, but I would like it puts the man, whether you believe it or not, because we don't say nothing. I guess y'all don't know, but it puts the man in an awkward position. What do you do? What do you say? Do you return? Do you leave it at like it's all this stuff plays in your mind, and then do you finish?
Well, that seems to be the biggest problem that you seem to be struggling with.
No, I took the L.
You took that?
Huh?
That's not really an L.
For her, I mean, for me it is, because it makes it look like something's wrong with me. Like
have you ever,
or couldn't perform because
have you ever
this is Christal XOF the dog, by the way.
I'm
sorry. It was a dilemma that I had. Wait.
Have you ever finished early?
Oh yeah, I had.
Of course, I was gonna call you a liar if you said. I mean, because every man has. So I'm just saying that's not really taking an L. That's just
in whose book? Because that ain't something I normally listen. But because you know, if it's the first time, it is because women. I know women talk to their girlfriends and be like, "Girl, he did it. He wasn't," and it wasn't me. But here's when I did arrive early. When a woman makes you wait and you overthink it, sometimes and you waited so long. That's why it's not healthy to make a, because in his mind he's overplaying it, and he's too. It's not good. It's happened before. Mm-hmm. I was ashamed of myself. That's a long drive home.
But I don't think women think it's as bad as men do.
But if you hear women talk about that, and now it happened to you,
I feel like it means the woman has the upper hand.
You would think, and maybe it does, but I've heard women complain.
Yeah, I have, but I mean, but you have not heard them complain about other things. Sometimes you don't get yours at all. It's just not coming.
I've heard about that, but we tried to get that out the way early before me. I tried to get that out the way.
I bet you don't every time, though.
You know what I'll be doing every time.
I'm just saying. Just go and look at the stats of women's conversation. Most men think that, and they really don't.
I might not. But don't tell me I do that.
Well, that's the thing, that women have to stop lying, which is what we're going to get into later on today. Today's conversation is, who do we lie to more? The people that we care about, or the people that we don't? And we're going to get into that in just a minute. I don't even think I will say that that's not my dilemma, but I do think that often men don't think that they could be the carrier of a ripe bodily odor, but they also can as well. Yes.
Okay.
And especially men that enjoy, order appetizers,
mm-hmm.
off the menu. That is a very up close and personal place to be. And depending on the positioning of a person, you could really get into some pungent, factors. Just saying. It goes both ways.
It does.
It goes both ways. And I think sometimes men think because they don't have all the toolage, that women have, that it's not the same. But sometimes it can be.
I would tell dudes, they got stuff for that now.
And Darica, I'm not talking about the elephant, the turtleneck. We're just talking about good old,
Listen, they have deodorants for that.
They do. I've seen, and it's called.
I have some right now.
Share it with us. Share it with the camera.
Want me to show you?
I would love to, because I feel like it's the one that I saw. Yeah.
Now this one looks like but you can use a deodorant, a non.
Right. This one is a cream. Is it Lumi?
You can go on you can order it on Amazon. I'll show you.
Okay. I think it's Lumi. I saw that.
Nah, not that.
I don't. This show always goes so many different places. You never know what's going to happen when you show up. You just never know. I apologize in advance, but this is good information. Okay, Mo, share that.
This one right here. Just
put it closer to the camera. There we go.
And they make a soap too.
What is that? Is that a monkey? What is that?
It's Sasquatch.
It's a Sasquatch. Okay. What's the name of it here again?
Sasquatch.
Okay. Well, there we go.
But they make deodorants. They make they make it all for men in those hot spots.
And I also think that we just want to make sure that we landscape. Everybody should just make sure that the yard is clean.
Hair attracts odor.
FYI. Well, now,
this took a left. I'm sorry, y'all.
It was early in the evening, and we just
damn it.
We're early in the evening, but you know what? I think I will. Okay, I'll say my dilemma, and I want to ask you about this, because you guys see tonight I have pressed my hair out, right? I hadn't pressed my hair out in a really long time. I pressed it out today, and I noticed I used to get concerned about when I was dating, because I noticed that different men are attracted to different hairstyles. So I started noticing that if you wear your hair natural, which sometimes I wear, my hair natural in the net with its natural curls, that, it's not, you don't get as much attention from as many, people as when you do, like C-Dub says, a fresh press and curl. And my mom used to tell me that as long as your hair was down and hanging, that men, like that was just like an attraction thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you look pretty, or it's just something that gets their eye, right? And it's so funny because I just noticed that is, now I'm married to probably the only person that isn't like that, because my husband doesn't care if it's like, he doesn't like a ponytail. I don't know if he likes the natural. He doesn't really say much, but I think he probably likes this look better. But I wonder why specifically men of color. Why is there such a pushback to the natural look?
It's a great question.
Now I did talk to one of my friends about this before, and I just want to see if you agree. But
depends what you grew up on, possibly. That might be a thing. What you grew up on. You know, if you grew up in a very Afrocentric house and everything was natural and they did it and they moved like that, and maybe they wore dashikis and they were in possibly a movement back in the day, and you kept it from the Afro to the
a Black Panther per se, are you saying?
it's possible. I mean, if you grew up watching something and admiring it, it could be tend to what you're drawn to. Not all the time, but sometimes.
And we know most of us did not grow up with our generation seeing natural.
Especially on television, if whatever was feeding you, your visual, you tend to identify that as beauty. Not all the time, but sometimes, or what's in your household, and maybe obviously not your relatives, but maybe a friend that came over. You was a younger man watching an older woman, admire her, or the girls in the neighborhood, because all the girls in my neighborhood got their hair. It was the hot comb. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
all
but I was wondering why. What is it about the natural? And Gun Boss, I stand corrected. I thought he liked the natural, but it seems that he also likes it pressed out.
that's my choice. I, like how you got it. That's my favorite. I just like and that's simpler, believe it or not.
Well, it's simpler to look at. It ain't simpler to achieve,
Right. I
but
got
I mean, it's definitely simpler to look at. Um, Edna says society has always told us our hair wasn't acceptable. It has, and it's just it's interesting because I do know that there are some guys. I do wear weave sometimes. I haven't been doing it a lot lately. Well, sometimes I wear a wig, but I I've noticed that there are some guys that don't like weave at all,
mm-hmm.
and then there are another group of men that don't like the natural. So it just depends. Because I remember a friend of mine in college was like, "Why are you wearing weave? You're not going to attract a husband like that. Men like natural." And then there, like I said, my other friend was like, "I don't like natural. That means you like you're rebellious." He was like, "I could tell if a girl is natural, she doesn't go by the rules, and she's not submissive." I was like, "What?" He was like, "I need something weaved in. That tells me that she wants to conform. I don't want somebody that goes by her own rules."
Here's the thing that I notice is that I don't mind none of it if it looks right, but when it's
You did not like the locks.
huh?
You didn't like the locks.
Well, if it's a clean lock, I don't like the matted lock.
But I no, well, I don't think most people like the matted lock. But I think when I had hooked you up with a girl that had locks, I don't think you liked them.
No, it's what came with it. She brought into the whole lifestyle of some other stuff. She was very she first of all, she is a vegan, and nothing wrong with vegans. But if you ever went to a vegan's house, you ain't gonna recognize none of the seasonings. You ain't gonna recognize none of the food. It's all going to be foreign to you. I
thought you didn't like the natural hair though.
Huh?
I thought you didn't like the natural hair.
Nah, if it's clean and it's together, I don't really necessarily have a problem with that. I just like a clean look, but no, I don't have a problem with that.
See, Judy says her husband doesn't like it when her hair is straightened. Vanessa from Ready to Love. I think Vanessa had faux locks. Or did she have real locks? I don't remember. I think they were faux locks. I can't remember.
Yeah, like I just think it's what you like. Okay, when I really started seeing natural, it's coming out of the 70s. I saw it a little bit, just the afro, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta remember, I'm going to school. It's gonna sound crazy. Please don't get on me, y'all. But the only natural hair I seen after that was in the National Geographic magazines, and amongst other things that I saw for the first time. But that's when I seen it, because they were natural, and it didn't look pleasing, appeasing, or whatever. It didn't look appealing.
But did you see girls that just have their hair natural?
Nah, I grew up with the girl with that we were talking about, the hot comb, and then transitioned into the Jerry curl. I didn't see natural.
D Brown says, I just got micro locks and my husband loves my hair. Prior to this change, I wore a lot of suit. I hope that I have your experience, D Brown. I am supposed to be getting micro locks after the top of the year. Yeah.
Okay. So what does that consist of? I'm sorry.
Well, it consists of tiny locks.
That's of your hair?
Yeah, my hair, my natural hair.
Okay, just okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know if Gun Boss is gonna like it after he just chimed in about, but I just think that it attracts a different type of man. Just like if you wear eyelashes and a bunch of contour, it attracts a different kind of man than if you're a natural. I've had some guys that want, plain face. Other guys want a lot of makeup. It just depends.
Do you believe people can see beauty in both?
I would hope so, but I do think people have their preferences. And I think that as a woman, that the attention that you get, depending on what you look like. So for me, like, I get dressed up a lot, right? Not as much as I used to. I used to be like dressed up a whole lot. And I noticed that some guys don't talk to you when you're super dressed up, especially if it's like a lot of weave. And I told them, like, when I go to the grocery store with just like a scrunchie, then a lot of guys will talk to you. But it's a different type that talk to you when you're all dressed up. And then there's a different type that talk to you when you're natural. So I think it just depends,
I don't know why that is, though.
Mm.
Usually why that is. And women are always shocked. Like, I just ran into the drugstore real quick, and guys were, and they felt the way. I'm like, because men can fall in love with your base. He can fall in love with the look of your base.
Right.
If your base, and he likes that, we're smarter than you think we are. We know it can go up. But when you're super dolled up, an experienced man might be thinking, how far is it going to drop down? And that's when you're hesitant. She thinks she's hesitant because I look this way and men are scared to talk. No, he don't know. And the way it's going now, he don't even know if you're a man or not. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you're super dolled up, it's like, let me see. You kind of staring and look from afar. Just, you're trying to break it down in your mind what it is or what it could be. But when it's that base, it could go up, so you're good with that.
But I think that it all depends on the guy too, because there's some guys that don't like a lot of makeup. They just don't like it. Even if you do, and I think sometimes I've seen girls, every year we interview the Ready to Love cast. Every year the girls come on without the makeup that they had on the show. And most of the time people say they look better.
This is my point.
So I think it just depends. It depends. Someone asked me, why did I want to lock? So I think the reason that I've decided, and I'm locked in. I mean, I'm locked in to do it in February. I just feel like, my hair, I just want to be doing the same thing, but I'm tired of wearing weaves. I'm tired of wearing wigs. I'm tired of getting extensions, and doing stuff. And I also don't like to press my hair out all the time. And that's why. So I'm just going to let it grow out as much as I can get it before February, and then just lock my natural hair. But I'm also thinking, will I miss? Because I know, like, whatever I do when I get braids, whatever, I can still take my hair down and I can actually feel my hair. That's why I've had like appointments to get the locks and gotten the starter locks and then chickened out. because I'm like, what if I wake up and I miss my natural hair? Like I miss touching my hair and it being soft. I don't know. But I think I'll be all right. Y'all got to hold me down. We'll talk about it some more before then.
You like soft hair, and every time I see a woman with braids, not locks, but braids, I just automatically assume she's about to go on vacation.
Because we do the braids and we're about to go on vacation. That is usually a sign. It's either summertime and I want to get in the pool.
Right.
I want to swim. And see, that's the thing with locks. I can just do that without changing. I could just do whatever.
There you go. Convenient.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll talk more about this as the time goes on. But tonight's conversation is about the question: who gets lied to the most?
Mm-hmm.
The man that you care about, or the man that you're just having fun with? The woman that you care about, or the woman that you're just having fun with? Now, I'm gonna play this little clip that Mo sent me, and then we will get into it. Of course, we need you guys to chime in, let us know what you think. But let's listen to this, and then let's talk.
To the woman that they love, they don't tell the truth. They tell the truth to the hoes. Men lie to the women that they love because we care about what they think. We tell the truth to the women that we don't give a fuck about.
Well, and that was clear. All right. So, Mo, what say you? Do you think, if you think, let's get the chat going first. If you think that men lie more to the woman that they care about, put a 1 in the chat. If you think men lie more to the women that they don't care about, put a 2 in the chat. All right. Now, Mo, what say you? As our resident man, you represent all the men right now for us.
Okay. Now, I would say men lie more to the woman that they care about. Now, the only reason why you would lie to the other woman is just to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
To keep the sex or keep it going. Other than that, you don't care. But once you realize, and this is where, oh God, this is where, because I've had situations where women just wanted to have fun and a good time, but they presented it like they were looking for a relationship. Yeah, they presented it because they didn't want to come off like a woman just looking for a good time and enjoying.
How did you find out that they really just wanted a good time?
Actions.
And those actions were?
The actions were, they weren't trying to do anything but have a good time. They weren't trying to be serious. They weren't trying to, it was all about fun. It was never about planning, being us for real, serious conversation. When it got too serious, they backed away. It was never about that. And then they moved on quick when you left my life. I noticed that. And I even talked to somebody and they was like, well, I thought that no, your actions was, I don't care what you say. I'm looking at what you do. Mm-hmm. And it's not adding up. So to me, I'm just like, I'm judging you now. I would have gave you credit for keeping it real. Like, right. You're never going to leave the dude that you're really with.
Right.
Ooh, but you want to act like you're trying to leave him or you're trying to get something when that's not really true. And but at the same time, but you enjoy this and you want to keep this and you want to keep this fun over here. And that's cool, but say that, but you didn't want to come off, they didn't want to come off as, well, then you would have looked at me a little way. No, I would have gave you credit for keeping it real. But now I'm looking at you crazy. And I have to tell somebody that. I'm like, all you had to say was, and then maybe we could have worked something out. But now you look crazier than you would have thought you looked if you would have just said it.
Yeah.
And looked at you that way, I would have respected it if anything. Well, you kept it real. But when you're playing, let me know so I can play too, or you don't have me going down the road, and then you make it look like I'm crazy, but I'm basing it on what you told me. But after a while, I'm basing it on what you showed me, and I'm like, and I'm confronting you with you. And that's a real situation. And I'm just like, come on, man. You have no intentions, and I'm cool with that. Just say it. But and then the other side of that is you don't want me to see anybody else, though. But you want to still go home to whoever, but you feel away, and I'm just like, you playing the game all wrong.
So okay, so that's interesting, because what you're saying is that the girl is lying to you.
Right. But she's lying to me to keep it going. She's not lying to me to, you see what I'm saying? It's more about keeping it going, but never to solely be with me.
Right. But I'm like, that's why I think that it's number two. I feel like people lie more to the person that they don't care about to keep it going. And because you may tell bigger lies to the girl that you love, like, I'm not cheating, right? But the other girl, you never tell her what you really think of her. You know that girl never, you don't, look at the fact that you told us that you have, entered a situation of intimacy and then not told the person, about the feedback. You lied. Everyone is going to get lied to.
But you don't think it's based on the lie? I didn't lie. I lied to keep it going. I didn't lie because I cared about hurting her feelings.
But it don't. No. We didn't say why do we lie. We said who gets lied to the most. It doesn't matter why. I definitely agree that the lie is because you want to keep the situation going, but you also lie to this one over here because you want to keep the relationship going. The lie is always to save or salvage something, whether it's just intimacy or if it's a relationship. And I also think a lie is a lie is a lie. So the girl that you're not really caring about, you don't tell her, well, I don't really care about you. You're not important to me. You don't tell her that. You probably have her thinking that y'all are cool, she's your confidant, and you don't really care about her.
But how many times do I have to lie? How many times do I have to lie to the woman I'm seeing opposed to the woman that I'm messing with? I got to lie to my woman, this woman who far more worse,
but not more. I think you're lying to both. You're lying to both.
I can tell the other woman I was with my woman. I can't tell my woman I was with her.
Yeah, but you're also telling the other woman some other lies to keep her locked in.
Other than what? Other than I'm telling her one lie. I'm telling my woman several lies. And, and that ride home, boy, that's when it all comes down. When you think about lying to your lady.
Tell us about it. Tell us, share with us, Mo. Share with us.
I can't give up too much, but I will say, you when you come home, boy, if you ever in one of those situations, boy, you
men feel guilty. Like, have you felt a sense of guilt
immediately after, if you know what I mean?
After the lie. Oh, I know what you.
After.
Okay, so you feel a sense of guilt after the after.
Yeah.
Then when you get in your car to drive home, have you figured out how to get over the guilt and to move because a lot of times we say guys will lie so hard and get mad at the girl if she figures it out. So there must be a point where you get over the guilt.
No.
And you keep the lie alive.
It's a bad cycle. I get horny again for that girl and the repeat. I don't even wait to the car. While I'm washing up in the sink, I'm thinking about it. Because at that time, it's not me. You know what becomes an argument and a disagreement with more than anything?
What?
Me and my penis. We argue about it all the time.
What is his point? What is his
He's saying, look, we're gonna do this thing. It's like a bank robbery. We're gonna be in and out, Mo. And I'm like, I'm a nervous getaway driver. Like, come on, man. This come on. And then afterwards, he just shrinks down and be like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's what I did. Or that's what I've dealt with. Yes.
So he abandons you.
Absolutely. And I fall for it every time.
So, okay, let's stay with that. So when you get home,
yeah,
because you've never been caught cheating, so you probably haven't had the same experience. Some guys have been caught. The girl, have you ever had a girl that you were cheating on tell you, I know you're cheating?
No, but knowing what I did, you come in there, everything is heightened.
Okay.
You know, everything.
So let's
So
play. Let's role play this out. You come in the house. I say, "Hey, where you been?"
see, right there. Now the plan is to get the plan. Really have a plan before you even get to the what you ain't supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And then you think it's solid. Then you get on there. You get in cool, and then depends on what you're seeing her doing. Like if she's home and she's washing dishes, God forbid you have kids, you just be like, Dad, I just cheated on this woman to take care of my kids.
So hold on.
And then you're being extra attentive. You're being extra.
Okay, we got to play it out. So you come in, she's in there washing dishes. It's like, hey, where you been?
You know, I was out with Johnny and them, you know.
Okay, how's Johnny doing?
He's doing good. He's doing good. You know, he had that thing he wanted me to help him with, and I helped him, but you know, it took a little longer than I expected. But you know how he is, you know.
Okay, you said that thing. What's he work? What are you guys working on?
Yeah, that the thing with the car. Yeah, the thing with the car.
Oh, okay.
I told him, you know, I don't really know much about cars, but he's like, yo, I just need you to hold something while I think. And then some other stuff wound up happening, and then it got late.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're home. Are you hungry? You piece of.
Now I'm sitting over here looking at my clothes, making sure.
So I said, you've never been caught. I said he'd never been caught because he told me he has never been caught.
I'm just being. I never even been accused. But the funny thing is, like, here's what happens. She'll be like, because your mind will play tricks on you. She'll be like, what's that? And now your mind is like, what? I've had that before. And here's what it was. This is when I used to wear what's the name under my pants? The basketball shorts, right? And you know how you had a drawstring?
I do.
I tipped the drawstring and the drawstring sticking out.
Okay.
And she was like, what's that? And I'm scared to look down.
What do you think it could possibly be?
I don't know. Is there some kind of substance? I don't know. I look down, my drawstring from the basketball shorts is sticking out the zipper. Just like, you walking around like that all day? I was like, I probably was.
Did you feel guilty at that point?
I felt guilty on the way over. So I'm trying to get myself together. Felt guilty on the way over there. Now you don't really feel nothing because your mind is you're on a mission. If you've ever been on any type of mission, you're focused on the mission. You don't think about the other stuff until you get back.
Can't live like that though.
I know, that's why I just couldn't. I was like, eventually I'm going to get caught, so I got to stop.
I don't understand how you didn't get caught before.
I think it all the way through.
Do you think that you just dated really not smart girls?
No, pretty smart women. Why can't I be smart?
I'm just saying, I know you.
Why can't I be smart?
I'm not saying you're not smart, but I'm just saying men always get caught. And I think sometimes the woman knows.
Listen, when I was out there, I was like a chick. I had everything, like, I thought of whatever I'm there. Anything related to that, where I've been, I had it. It's like, come on. And
So how do you feel? Okay.
The only time I almost got it is when I reached in my pocket to open up the key to the apartment, and I had condoms in my pocket. I went to go reach the house keys, and I pulled out, and the condom fell out. And I had to think fast.
And what did you say?
I told him at my job, I used to work downtown Atlanta. I was like, I think it's like AIDS awareness, sex awareness thing, and they was walking around passing out condoms and stuff at my job. She fell for it.
That's not a smart woman, Mo.
Huh?
That's not a smart woman.
Shout out to my son's mother.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I know, but I'm just saying somebody made you don't have to tell.
Better, I don't care.
I don't like that. We don't need to tell who it happened to. I still feel her pain.
I didn't say it happened to her. I just gave her a shout out. You implied that.
We're not stupid. I mean, come on, man. That is not a smart lie, Mo.
It was before he was even born. But anyway,
she probably knew you were lying and just didn't want to break up.
Or she didn't want to get put out. She was staying with me. So either way.
Ooh, yeah. Oh Lord. How would she get put out? Would you have put her out if she found out and accused you?
Listen, back then, if I ever, in my mind, if I got caught cheating, it's over. I'm not staying. You caught me, it's over. That was my mindset. If anyone would have caught me back then doing what I was doing, I'm ending it. You're not going to put me. I had enough friends that got caught out there doing that, and I saw the hell they went through. I wasn't going to put up with that. You're not going to forgive me. It's over.
You know what? Whew. And
hold me, y'all.
Part about that is that a lot of men actually have that logic. That was the logic that my ex had. A lot of men have that logic. Like, if I get caught, then I'll just end it myself because I don't want to let you end it. But why did you even do it in the first place?
I told you I had when you're on that mission, you're one track. And I know. And I was young, y'all. This is not me now. I'm 50.
Not dragging her outside in the U-Haul, just like in the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. No, I don't like it.
It's old me, y'all. I would never do that now. Ever. Yeah. What else you got?
I don't even know where we're at now. I'm so mad for those women.
To the women, and a lot worse to the women that they're with. The other woman, she's disposable. Or if she's a side chick, she's supposed to be disposable. So you tell the truth.
But I want to say this. A lot of times a side chick is not disposable. And yes, it is cowardice. It's absolutely cowardice. And it's what they are.
She's supposed to be. She might not wind up being, and some dudes get caught up, but she's supposed to be. What do they say? Don't mess with nobody that you can't drop if you're doing that side thing, because this is what it is. You're not supposed to be getting caught up in that. You're supposed to have a good time.
But realistically, how often does that happen? So many times the person that is the side ends up knowing all the person's business.
You can't do that. And you do, and you need someone to talk to you might do that, but you got to deal with a real side person.
There's no such thing anymore. Side chicks are taking pictures and sending them of the guy in the bed and sending them to the main chick.
That's why it's dangerous to cheat. I don't know how guys do it now. Like, it's too dangerous. It's not even worth it no more because you will get caught now. You're gonna
get caught. There's no way with social media. There's no way.
I was cheating when we had pagers. I would never do stuff now.
You would not. Oh my God, Christal, do you know? Okay.
Because they look in photos and then your friends and try to find her. Like, people are, it's deep. I wouldn't do it. It's too many cameras, too many. It's just not right anyway. Don't do it. But they do, and they get caught every day.
They're gonna keep doing it. PR Envy says women are sharing men, and they're okay with it. Let's talk about on the other side. Women lie to men that they are, but I would say, and I still feel like you do have to you have to lie to the person that you don't like the longest if you want to continue the relationship, because there's always a guy that likes you and you don't really like him, but you never just tell him that you don't really like him. or you don't see him like that.
What do you tell him then? Because you're already in another relationship.
No, or if you don't like him and you're dating other people, you just act like you're not ready. You just,
No, this wasn't the thing. I thought you said, who do you lie to? The person you. Now you're saying dating. No, you're specifically with a person.
Okay. So if you have a guy on the side, then you also may lie to him about how horrible the guy that you're with is. And I know men do that all the time too. Men always tell you the worst parts about that woman. They always act like the wife is just horrible to them. Horrible. They don't love her at all.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I think that men or women, whoever is cheating, they have to make themselves feel better by making the other person seem like they're not any good. And I think for women, it's not like you don't want the guy to think bad of you. So what you do is you tell them all these horrible things about the guy. And then he thinks, well, she shouldn't be faithful to him anyway, because he ain't treating her right. And then he becomes your he's on the side, he wants to be the main person, or he's on the side and he gives you like relief from it, but you make the other guy seem horrible to him. Same thing men do with the woman. I remember when I was single, and there's so many times married men are trying to holler at you, and they always start by telling you how unhappy they are at home. They're just there for the kids. They just, they really want to leave. They just got some stuff tied up and they're not happy. They're planning to leave. It's always, they never tell you something good about the woman.
That's not player. This is the reason why I say HOES are necessary. Because you're only supposed to, if you're doing it, you're only supposed to do it with those women. You're not supposed to do it with women actually looking for a relationship.
But I think sometimes, like you said, women would lie on either side. Some women will lie about wanting a relationship and not want one, and some will lie and say they don't want one and really do want one.
And that's where the things get crossed. There you go. You're right. You're right on that one. You're right. You're right.
Well, thank you for giving me my flowers when I'm here, while I'm still here. But no, I think the person that you don't like, you lie to also. It's just a different type of lie.
I think your woman gets the more vicious lie.
The woman that you're with gets the more vicious lie. The man that you're with gets the more vicious lie. Like, I was at choir practice and really you were,
Yeah, the chick told me she was getting her nails done. Come back.
You caught her in a lie?
Yeah, she was a horrible lie. She'd be going for like 3-4 hours, nails never done.
Oh, she was a rookie.
Yeah, I was
like, you don't really want to claim her.
Unfortunately, I did. Waiting for it for a long time.
You were with her a long time?
No, I had to deal with her for a long time. Wink, wink, if you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah, I do. Yikes.
Yeah, but
getting her nails done and didn't get them done?
Yeah, come back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm disgusted. As a woman, I am disgusted.
Oh, they weren't da-da-da. She was a horrible. My favorite line to her, and you know the line. You ain't slick and I ain't slow.
Yeah. You would say that to her?
Yeah.
And she would just be like, what?
She was just like hard. I was like, you need to give this. You're not good at this.
Yikes. Hey, Marriott. That's crazy. That is wild. That is wild. Now, I think that I definitely think that, I mean, I guess it depends on how much you cheat, because I feel like the person that you care about, hopefully you're not lying to them all the time. People that you want to keep being there for you and keep having empathy for you and keep, keeping them around, it can be a job.
Like now I get like, I'm just being real, present time, like to someone you really care about, I don't see how you could do it. Like without really.
No. How is that? Because you used to do it. Did you not really care about these women?
I think back. Did I really care about them? Or was I grew up, but you understand, this is 20s to 54. 53 in my 50s and my 40s. Like my mindset was different. I was still like, I don't know what it was. I just obviously wasn't ready. But thinking back now and thinking about caring about someone and really someone that and being there for me and really showing, like, I can't even, like, a woman will come up to me and I'll be like, just a setup. I ain't falling for this. You know what I'm saying? Before, I wouldn't even think about that because I didn't care, you know, or I didn't care as much.
You didn't care. Yeah, you were just focused on yourself.
Thank you. That's
on yourself.
Selfish act.
We got a birthday coming up. Tina Bree's birthday is on the 15th.
Okay.
Guys, please wish her a happy birthday. We got another Scorpio. It is still Scorpio season. It feels like we've been here for a really long time. Hopefully we're headed out.
Only y'all would say that. Only
season seems so quick. It seems so short.
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all did. I ain't gonna hold you.
Always so short. And then the Scorpios are here and they're here forever.
It's because they keep pronouncing it. Scorpios love to tell you they're Scorpios.
They do. They do, because everybody thinks that they're so, I guess they're so nasty and freaky. I just, everyone loves talking about that. But yes, please wish our girl Tina Bree a happy birthday. We will be here on your birthday on Friday, of course. And there has been some new developments. We'll get into that on Friday with Love and Marriage Huntsville. We'll get into all of that on Friday. But yeah, I feel like for me, I would lie more to the person that I didn't like in order to keep them connected, because that's difficult. I also would not hope that if the person that you love, you wouldn't be lying to a whole lot. Maybe.
If you're cheating, I don't see how you can't.
I mean, how often are you? What is a cheating relationship? How often are you seeing the other person? How often were you cheating?
I had one situation. It was every 2 weeks it was every 2 weeks off and on for 7 years. I do remember that.
You were in a relationship for 7 years?
No, I wasn't. But
I'm talking about in the relationship with a person. How often are you cheating?
Even with that person, the relationship I was in, she lasted longer than the relationship.
Obviously. And
then her thing was, see you in 2 weeks. That was her favorite line afterwards.
So how would y'all make this appointment?
What do you well, the first met her, she was staying at grandmother's house. Hotels, then she got a place, then she got another place.
So y'all would just be like, it's time for a tune-up.
She called, like, see you in 2 weeks and be like, what's up? And then she come to and then when I was living, you understand, this is in a 7-year period. So I've had several places.
Were you living with a person during the time?
During the time I was seeing her, I was with 2 people.
Were you living with one of them?
Yeah, living with both of them.
Oh God, that is crazy to come home to someone that you're cheating.
Living with somebody.
Huh?
I met her when I was living with somebody.
And y'all were doing a 2-week period. That is wild, though.
Let me tell you something. That was a wild one. Scorpio as well.
Here we go.
Grandmother's bed, golf course, movie theater, all kind of wild shit.
While you were in a relationship?
No, off and on a couple times. Yeah, it was 7 years. Then we went out of town and argued like a mug. That's when we know.
You told me that y'all tried to make it work out of town. No, not
town for a better.
Jesus, I'm so glad Jesus is gonna rest Mo's soul. Jesus.
Hey, I'm not allowed to have a past, y'all.
You are, but I mean, do you not think that karma knows the address, Mo?
Karma came back. Karma doesn't always come back in the same form. I had other stuff that happened to me. It doesn't always come back in the same form.
You ain't had nothing happen.
What? Man,
you ain't had nothing happen to you as an adult.
Because you see me bounce back, but stuff has happened.
It ain't happened to right those women for their pain and anguish.
She was a HOE as well.
No, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the people that you were with.
I wasn't in love with them nowhere. It's like,
but they didn't know that. They probably were in love with you.
If I didn't say it, then I wasn't there.
You know what? Not cue to Mary J. Blige. I was your lover and your secretary. Man, I hated that song. I used to sing it.
And the secretary is your secretary.
Jeez. 11, she said, 11 years. I felt her. I felt the pain. I felt the pain. But I do think that you felt, so when you saw me go through that pain after being cheated on, did you feel like,
that's what I'm to be totally transparent. That's when it made it real for me, the effect. I'm just keeping real. When I saw that, because Christal is my friend, just to be honest with y'all, that's when stuff really started to click. Because I was like, wow, but I never got caught. So it didn't really go there, but what it could have happened.
yeah.
Because I was so selfish. I wasn't really thinking about them. It's just about me. So I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just one track. But to see my friend go through that, that's when it started to make an impression on me, because and that's when I stopped, because it could happen. I mean, it's only so many times you could do it and it's not gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't keep Russian roulette. Eventually something's gonna happen.
Eventually it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that my pain could act as a testimony for you to stop, or at least to slow down.
No, but just to look at different things and look at it from a different perspective and what I could do to someone, because I'm not trying to be mean. I am being selfish, but I'm not trying to be mean. And I know it's hard to understand, but when you're selfish, you're only thinking about you, so you're not thinking on the other side. But
Marriott said, this is why Mo's insights are so accurate during the Ready to Love season. I think that, do you think that you're able to see the BS because you used to be part of the BS crew?
I thought I said that on a couple episodes. I'm like, I know. And and that's why I tell y'all my truth, or I tell you my testimony. It's not just to be telling these stories, it's to tell you, a person goes from this to this, and it's like the whole caterpillar, butterfly, metamorphic. Like, you change, and people can change. People can peel off layers. And if you know anything about the Scorpio, the thing is, it's the phoenix rising. I'm always going to come back a better person. I promise you. And you can look that up, and anything about that. I'm going to rise. I'm going to burn, crash, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to rise. I'm going to be better than I was before. And I just mean that character-wise and everything. I don't really think I had bad character. I had selfish character. I guess what could be interpreted as bad, but I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just being me. I'm doing me. But when you're in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to be doing each other. And I wasn't thinking like that. And there was a switch had to happen. And I had to see Christal go through it. I had to see, that was tough. Like, I know we laugh and joke, but to see a woman that you're close to and you look to as a sister, and to see that, like, I can't even describe it to you. This woman was hurt. This woman was hurt. It's a lot of, like, y'all know the details of the story, and we're not gonna get into that, but it was just a lot of stuff that she Greyhound buses and all kind of wild shit, and just a lot of stuff. And to see someone come out of that and then date and try to figure it out, and now have the husband she has, it made me a believer, because through all that cheating, though I'm doing that, I gained distrust for women.
Yeah, I used to say that was the punishment, because I know a lot of guys that cheated on a lot of women, and what happened during that time is they were cheating with women that knew they were cheating, and those women probably were cheating on their significant other, and so then they started thinking like, this is how women are, because even still men kind of put women on a pedestal, but seeing that the women were cheating on their significant others with them, then it makes you start to distrust, and you start to see, whatever you surround yourself with becomes your reality, right? So I think that is part of, and I think it's both ways. It's kind of like how I think I told you this, and I told one of my friends this. I have a friend that is just like, was a crazy womanizer. And I was like, I got to separate myself, because this is really hard for me to see. Because to me, I was just seeing, I work in entertainment. I was just seeing men that did not really value a woman outside of just what she could do for them in the bedroom, maybe not even in the bedroom, maybe just in the back of a car or something. It was a lot of negativity, but I had to get myself away from that in order to not think all men were just evil. I mean, because I was just like, all the guys I were around were just doing crazy stuff, Mo included. But then they wouldn't treat me like that because we were platonic friends. But then what they would do with the women that they were intimate with, I would be like, I don't want to ever be treated like that. You know, as far as just being lied to, and not necessarily, Mo was not ever disrespectful, but it definitely was a train of women just coming in and out.
More than sexually driven, people don't understand it's ego driven.
That's what I want to talk about, because I want to ask my question. So my first question to you is, do you think that you said, you know, all throughout this conversation, you say men are you were just being selfish. Do you think we're generalizing because we just have to talk about the majority, but do you think that men are taught to be more selfish or come to the situation more selfish than women do?
No, in that aspect, I think women are more selfish. I just think men, I just think that desire takes over you, you know, and when that desire takes over you, you're only thinking about you. Then, then you're only thinking about you during that desire. But that only lasts up until after the act. And so when they say the word, I'll spell it. Well, when they say you come to your senses, they might mean it in a different spelling. You know what I mean? Because you really do.
I think C-Dub shared a quip that would fit there earlier tonight. Just how men, their behavior shifts,
and it's hard to describe to someone that doesn't. But all men get it. All men get, because you know how you know. You even get it with self-pleasure. That's how you know. You know how many times after I'll be like, oh man, I'm disgusted of me.
I'm disgusted with myself.
I ain't been cheating on nobody. It's me in the phone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not about you. You think it is, and it hurts you, but it's this thing. So the guilt is just really selfish. That's what I mean by that, because even then it's still guilt when you're single and you're doing that.
But I think, yeah, but I mean, but then you got to answer why there's so many men that end up really confiding and befriending and even caring about, you know, the other chick.
Because them hoes listen. It's true. Women let me say.
Oh, they listen because they know what they're there for, and they usually know how to penetrate the ego.
Well, it sounds like they should learn. Regular women should learn something from those women.
No, because then the man will not. Then he'll start to.
Oh, but what I'm saying is, like, she don't know. It's the same thing. It's like women thinking going into a strip club that it's all about naked women. These women cater to ego. How you doing, handsome? Not where you been.
Well, we need to know, where have you been? Where have you been?
You had a good day, such and such. You look da-da. Not take out the trash. How come da-da-da-da? It's all ego driven.
Trash needs to be taken out.
No, I get that. But whatever women complain about.
No, I get it. I sent you a meme that was so cute to me. I should have pulled it for tonight. There was this father and siblings, and the little girl is like 1, and her brother is like maybe 5. She may be like 2. And the brother, she wants something. And so she hugs the brother.
You sent it to me.
I did. She was like, I love you. And she gave, mwah, mwah, mwah. And he just was like, oh.
See how that works?
And she kept doing it. She was like, I love you. You're so great. And then she said, I want such and such. And he said, okay. And he went to go get it. And the dad was like,
you get sugar than the other thing.
You catch more flies. The older women used to say that. You catch more flies with honey. But then you also, I think that a lot of times women that do that, then you get run over. right? You get run over, and the guy doesn't
I don't
appreciate
know who
it.
to deliver it to, and I know that could be hard to decipher who's who. We're all dealing with right now.
Yeah, especially if all of you guys have the same core.
Well, I mean, some of us, it's like anything else. We have a season, and some men, the seasons are longer than the other. Some brothers might not even need a season. It ain't a lot, but some brothers might not even
I
need
know
it.
with brothers, I got a feeling that most brothers need a
But
seat.
if he don't, he definitely think about the season if he didn't. And I think it's healthy to have it, to feel it. Hopefully you're not in something, but to experience it, flush it out, and be on this thing. And mastering your desires, and I know I speak about that a few times on here. And even though I got to that point, to get to that point was not easy. It's not like it wasn't overnight.
Yeah.
It was a process.
Well, I think, and you do say that, but I think, you got to understand that women have the same thing going on. Like women I think most women are ready for a relationship a little bit faster than men, but it would be easier if the men that weren't ready stayed away from them. But that's not what happens.
It's true.
Come and want to, I love you. I want to be with you, and really seem earnest and honest. I mean, a lot of times if you're not jaded, a man can seem really serious in the moment. I think I've said that before on here. Like you can be serious but not sincere. And that happens a lot. And when you feel that seriousness, a lot of times you believe it until you see the actions don't align, which is the sincerity.
That part. But how many times we had this conversation, and when if I was single or if I was doing whatever, like I wouldn't mess with the good girls.
I have seen you do that.
I'm dealing with women who are slick talking, this in the street that's like doing that. I'm not I do the other one away. If I be like, yo, she seems I'm not doing that. I was doing it to women who were, they in the streets. I'll just say that.
Women that are it's no harm, no foul. Fair exchange is not robbery.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, I think that as women, I think we lie to the guys that we don't like more, because it is about even that ego catering is lying. And like someone said earlier, if you withhold the truth, that's still a form of lying, because you're not telling him it would never be you, boo-boo. Like you never want to tell a guy that. You want to keep him,
So the whole truth is
You said what?
Do you give guys credit for not telling the whole truth?
No, because if you held back some of the truth, then that's a lie.
No, I agree. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if you're holding back any part of the truth, that's what I'm saying. Like it may not be I think y'all don't count the lie the same because you don't have the same amount invested in her, but it still lies when you're telling a woman something to keep her connected. If you're shading the other woman to make her feel like you're justified in cheating, anything that you're doing that is not being 100% honest, which is, I don't care about you, I do care about her, then it's still a lie. It's still presenting a lie.
Right.
Because a lot of times the girl that is the side chick feels like she has one up on the main chick, 9 times out of 10. And I will ask the ladies this in the chat. Which one would you rather be? Because a lot of times women say, well, if you are the main chick, you're going to get lied to more. You're going to get lied to, and he can let the girl, like the guy said in the clip, you can let the girl on the side know what you're doing because you don't care how she feels, right? But you still are working the situation to your benefit. You're still not being 100% honest with everybody.
True.
And I think that usually the side chick ends up knowing more about the other one, which gives her an upper hand. The main chick has no clue, so she's clueless, and that can feel disrespectful.
They gonna tell it, y'all. If she really want, I'm telling you, don't do it. They gonna go back. It's too much ammunition now. They got too much access. Don't do it, bro.
And it's not a bad thing. Like we were growing up, it was a disgraceful thing to be the side chick. You wanted to keep that secret. Now it's celebrated, and you seem like it seems cool.
Did you see the thing I sent you about when after the person dies? Only women do that now.
I did.
And I said that a couple weeks ago on the show. I was like, because I saw it with Rich Homie Quan. And I saw women, and I'm just like,
that was horrible.
Why don't y'all just ride it out? What is the point? I seen it with him. I seen it with
poor John Amos.
With Trouble. I seen it with all these people.
James Evans.
What happened?
Well, when John Amos died, a side chick that was taking care of him came out and said that she, was intimate with him. It was disgusting.
That's a woman thing. No dude is
share that.
Women that died didn't have side. No women that died. Dudes don't do that. We die with it. Everything dies if the person dies.
Well, I think it's because of this, and we can argue if y'all don't agree with me in the chat. I think that men that are stepping out with women who are in relationships rarely want to make her their main chick. They are enjoying the fun. I think a lot of times the woman who is stepping out with a man and she got a guy at home, she actually is dealing with a guy that she would want to replace her guy with. So a man is
cheating harder for y'all. That's the reason why it hurts more. I would never cheat on you with somebody I really want to be with. That's disgusting.
And we would.
That's why it hurts more.
That's not why it hurts more.
Yes, it is.
Men act like they can't go through any pain. Like they're just delicate flowers. Y'all are just delicate flowers when it comes to your feelings and your ego. I just can't take it. How could she do that knowing you've been cheating on every girl you've been in a relationship with, sir?
I don't like them. Just having a good time.
What if they like you?
I'm in control here.
No, you're not, sir, because then you end up missing you end up messing over the very thing. And have you ever seen a man trying to get his woman back?
All the time.
It is a disgusting,
it is
pathetic.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd be feeling bad for brothers. I'd be like,
just he can't raise his head. There is nothing like a man that has messed up with the woman he really wants to be with. He can't eat, he can't sleep. He is messing with his friends. His guy friends are tired of hearing about it. New women that he should going out with, he's gonna talk about it too. It's pathetic. And it's like, sir, you did this to yourself.
But that's how blind the selfishness is. We never think it's bad, man.
And I think you guys are selfish on a lot of different levels.
You're right. We do it to our, it's real. It's real. It's real. You're right.
Kirk from Love and Hip Hop, child. And it's so seriously sad whenever the threat of his wife leaving comes into play. A sick puppy is not even the beginning. Just ridiculous, but will give a woman their behind a kiss. But as soon as they feel the pain, all of a sudden the world has to stop.
Now having them babies and y'all wilding for that. Like y'all, you shooting up the club and chicks, and when y'all are wild.
That is wild. That is wild that you would have a baby. I know there are these groups on. Have you guys seen these groups, these Facebook groups? I'm telling you, men cannot do anything. Women are putting men in these Facebook groups now.
I was on one.
It is hilarious. And it's like, he does this. Have you seen this person? And then I have the guy's picture. And then they will talk about.
But here's the thing. You don't have to do nothing. I'm single and was on one. It said, is this your man? The chick was just trying to check to see if I was with somebody.
That's what they do. It's really not about if you're in a relationship. They just want to know what do I need to look out for this person? Is there something I need to do?
I want to be messy and just say something that's not true. You can't buy into that, man.
I
And
would
people,
say this. I have not, of course, I've not been dating, since this came to be, but this is it's a page called Don't Date Him. And it has the people's pictures, and it's basically just putting out the information. It's like, do you know this person? Do you, this was posted in another group. My best friend just had her heart ripped out by this gaslighter that apparently is very known to this page. She's been dealing with him for over a year and had no clue until I filled her in on what was going on. The fact that he's trying to act like she's overreacting and trying to make things work is insane. Someone said he had multiple kids, but he told my friend that he only had 2. And then his name and Cash App is here.
but see, that's what I'm saying. Someone said that's not even coming from the person that it happened to. Like, that's what I mean. That's not cool because.
But we needed to do something to keep up with you people. You were cheating and was not and did not get caught. So in this new landscape, you would be caught.
But I didn't lie about my situation neither.
But your girl did not know.
Yeah, but I didn't lie to the other chick.
I understand, but you lied to one. So I'm saying.
Well, I lied to one where I was asked. And now if she asked me, maybe I would have told the truth. I've never been accused, so I don't know.
We stand in solidarity with the women that are being cheated on and the women that are cheating with the man.
But that's not saying it's cheating right there. In that situation you just read, that wasn't the person that happened it to. And then she said she heard from another person. It's hearsay. None of that is admissible in court.
First of all, it's not about court. It's about if that person wants to come out, then you can direct them to the other person so they can find out what happened.
To that lady that put that on there, because it might not be. That's not cool.
It is cool.
Bitter people that make up stuff or exaggerate things. I don't know.
Well, that's for the woman to find out.
I don't know about that one.
Somebody said, does anyone know this one? He seems like a good NI, but I can't tell if he's being honest.
That's the site I was on. Do you know this man? And I had an ex come in there and defend me. It's like, yeah, he's a good man. Don't believe it, man. Listen.
Hey, but I'm saying that's part of it. If I was dating a guy and he was on that page, I would think twice. I would definitely think twice about it. I probably would excuse myself.
But here's the problem. You have women that you say hi to that'll be like, oh, he tried to talk to me. I'm going to give you something. So the other day, I'm in my apartment. The lady that lives under me, I'm walking down the stairs. She's coming in from the other way of the breezeway. It was, you know how you kind of almost cross somebody. It's so awkward to speak. Speak to people I don't know. We talked about this on there, but I was like, hey, how you doing? And while I'm moving, she was like, don't talk to me. Don't ever talk to me. You do. She said, and don't make this a habit. Yo, it shocked me. I don't know this lady. I'm assuming she lives downstairs because she was walking towards that door.
Never seen her before?
And it blew my mind. I'm like, who does she think and it was a car that pulled up front and it kind of just stopped. And I don't know, she thought I was associated with that. Then it pulled off. It was a weird moment. But I was like, I'm like, what's going on? And then she was like, get away from and I'm not gonna lie, I called that woman. I was like, bitch, what are you talking about? I don't even know you. Like, it almost messed up my day because it was weird. Now I just start thinking maybe it's a mental health thing. I don't know this lady.
So what happened when you said that?
Nothing. I'm walking and talking at the same time, going in my car, and I didn't look back. But she was like, don't talk to me. And I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, and don't make this a habit either. I'm like, what? Like, it just blew my mind because I've never seen her before. I didn't know who lived under me. And I didn't even know if she did, but she was going to that door.
Right.
And she was coming from the back way. Everybody in my building parks up here, so I don't even know if she lived there. But the way she said it, like we had an encounter or something. I don't know that lady. I've never seen her before in my life.
That's crazy.
But that's what I mean.
Okay, but that's a isolated incident. That doesn't happen usually.
Say hi to and to eliminate her friends talking, they'd be like, oh, he tried to talk to me. You ain't even try to, you feel like, what? And you'll hear that from women. My friend said, you tried to talk to her before. You'd be like, what?
I do think some women just assume that every man that they, and I will say this, a lot of times there are a vast majority of men will always try to talk this, will try to holler. So there are some women that assume that they're so beautiful that they're always going to get hollered at. And you can say, because I've been like, oh well, he's probably not trying. We've talked about this because I'm a talkative person, and I talk to people, and I never think the person, is trying to holler at me, or but a lot of times the person will think that I'm trying to entertain, and it's not. Guys, always, I'm like, I don't like you at all, sir.
It's only because it was an awkward stare. She looked. I didn't know I was like, do I say? And I do it to guys. It was like we lock eyes, so I'll be like, "What's up, bro?" And we keep it moving. That's the thing I'm thinking that was.
Yeah.
And I just
that's an isolated incident, and it does sound like someone that has something else going on, like some mental issues.
Because ever since then, I was gonna make a bunch of noise or do something. They got the ring door. I was gonna stick my middle finger up.
Hey.
I didn't do it.
Okay. All right. Calm down, sir. You got a petty brother over here that would be, oh my God, he would be going nuts. Gun boss would be going nuts. Any little thing that he can he goes bananas. So I'm sure he would have done something like that immediately. But no, it just sounds like she has something. C-Dub. Jesus Christ. No. But I do think that a lot of times women assume men are trying to talk to them. But I mean, in our defense, a lot of times the men are. Because I don't even think men are really trying. They just want to see what you're gonna say. They're just talking to be doing something.
Then they were like, well, men don't approach women no more. I wonder why.
Well, I like being approached. I just also like it if you stop if I don't want to do it. Because I tell you what I do. This is the funniest thing. I had this happen to me at Walmart last week. So I'm in Walmart. This guy keeps looking at me, and he just keeps staring at me. And so then I walk out, and he was like, "You ain't got to be like that. I ain't gonna do nothing to you." And I was like, "What? I'm not." He was like, "I ain't kind of hurt." And I'm like, "Everything is fine. Have a nice day." And then he was like, so then he did try to talk to me, and I'm just like, "See, I'm trying to do like this. No, thank you." Like, no. But they keep going. Why y'all do that?
Well, at first he was looking about how many snacks you had in your shopping cart.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of snacks. Anyway, no, but you're trying to check the temperature to see if it's cool, then to go forward.
Yeah, but sometimes it just means go away. Off you go. Like, if you're saying you don't gotta look, I'm not gonna do nothing to you, that meant the person was giving you a look like off you go. Right. Not like come hither. And you're right. Sometimes it can be that if a man feels like you're rejecting him, they could get mean.
Now, some do. I witnessed situations. I'd be like, dog, like, grow up. You like, fuck you, F you, thick, or whatever the case.
You ain't all that anyway.
That's not playing, fellas. Don't play that.
If not, then why was you bothering me then?
Respect it and keep it.
I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm not going back and forth. But yeah, Tina, be cool, be strong, sis. Since you got somebody begging her back. When a man puts that full court press on, it can be difficult. I don't make eye contact, but sometimes they just But
y'all want to be approached just to fit good, but you can't pick and choose who approaches you. So
that's true. I'm okay with the approach, and just don't. If the person doesn't give you the energy back, then off you go. That's
what brothers need to read more often. All that. Well, if the woman says she got a man, and keep it.
Oh my God, that does not mean, because I say I'm married. Well, I mean, you know what you can't have friends. He got you on lock. Like what? I am married is a response.
He testing.
He testing, but that why are we doing that at the Quick Trip gas station?
That's a fact. You're right.
It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Well, I think that we decide, tell them that you were a man. I'm not ever doing that, Jonah. Not never. I would rather fight you off.
Here's the problem. Crystal, figure. They could put her picture or something else. She can't do that.
Well, I'm not going. Even if I wasn't, I wouldn't tell nobody I'm a man. I enjoy being a woman.
There you go.
And I was created as one, and I have all the things that.
And Donald Trump said you're gonna have to stick to that. So
yes, he did. So I don't think any of us are going to be changing our genders anytime soon.
Right.
But they should not test a married woman. But I'm a firm believer that men only do what has worked for them in the past. So somebody has heard, I got a husband, and then the guy came back with, well, you can't have friends. And then the lady would be like, okay, then I can have a friend.
Right. Because to a lot of dudes, she might be just putting the truth out there to see if you even with that. So a dude don't know.
But we know a woman that wants to cheat knows a guy doesn't care about you having a dude. They never care about that. But I'll tell you what, guys will be like, maybe he shouldn't have a problem with a friend taking you shopping. You still got needs.
Oh, now you're taking it too far.
They do that. I'm telling you, they know our weakness.
Well, that's Atlanta. Listen, fella, you ever want to just offer them to go out to eat? They rarely say no, even if they don't like you.
I'm not going out to eat.
A lot of them like to eat now. They used to be like, yo, we should go out to eat. Let me take you out to eat. Let me take you out to break.
Out to eat. And you know what? Mo is making fun of me liking snack. I am a snacker. I don't eat a lot of food. Okay. I'm not going to eat. But I remember when I was married, the first time I was married, this guy kept trying to holler at me, and he was like, let me just take you shoe shopping. And I was like, how long can I resist this? I told my husband at the time, I was like, he keeps offering to buy me bags and shoes. And I think he was like, well, I mean,
hey, if he could throw in some Jordans with it.
You just gonna get some shoes. But I was just like, I am not built to keep turning. I said, now, sir, I'm trying to be a good woman, but you're gonna make me give you a size 8.
They crack. You got to be stern and hard and stand on your stuff. You can't show no signs of weakness or you're thinking about it, because then
he sees. I was honest about. I mean, shoes. Who does that? Who just keeps offering to take a woman shoe shopping? Who mentions Jimmy Choos? I was like, oh my God, I'm trying. I'm but a woman. I'm doing the best I can, but I mean,
and they know that.
I'm only human. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. It is the Diddy treatment. Just like Diddy tried to take 50 shopping, the men will offer to take you shopping.
You see that time he took Carisha to, was it Chanel or something? They stand there with all them bags and all that.
And all those women. And I think that's more about what other women will know than even her. It's more about, I want other women to see how they all want to come.
I want some women to understand. It's like sometimes it's more dangerous when that man has a woman and treats her well. That's more of a magnet than the dude that don't have one. And she don't know how he treats women.
Look here, LaPearl Smith. If somebody puts cash on my desk, I'm taking the cash.
LaPearl, listen, man.
I'm saying now that I've never had that happen. If that man that was offering to take me shoe shopping came in and put cash on my desk, because at the time I was a teacher, that was my only year teaching, and it was one of the students' dads, and he had a wife. I'm like, the mom is coming in here. Like, come on, the mom is coming. Like, what? You're being so disrespectful. But I told my husband, so I wasn't in trouble. But I was just like, if he makes that offer one more time, I'm probably gonna get the shoes.
Hey. Those are the best times. As I'm just giving, well, y'all don't want player advice, but there's a way you can get away with it.
How can I get the shoes?
Not you, the dude, not you.
Oh, I was like, well,
you buy your wife, you buy the girl and your wife the same pair of shoes and keep them on the credit card. And then you tell your wife, look, they made a mistake. If she ever sees it and they have rang up 2 instead of 1, it was a mistake on the thing. Now
your wife is gonna go back to the store and say,
she ain't gonna do all that.
Yes, a wife is looking at the money that comes in and goes out of this house. Yes, I am. I'm going to call.
Because she's going to think, why would you buy 2 in the same day?
But they're going to be different sizes. And I'm going to Macy's and I'm asking. Or I'm going to Saks and I'm asking. I'm taking the receipt with me.
So you don't trust them in the first place.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm going. And most women, a wife is, especially if that shoe is a certain amount of money, 2 times a Jimmy Choo.
Didn't the air personality, I'm not going to say the person's name, on the radio get caught in Miami on something like that? They left something in the hotel room. A very popular air personality here. And the hotel called and was like, yo, we just want you at such and such. And that's how this person got caught. It was a big divorce. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Text me.
RC.
Oh.
That's how he got divorced.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, so women are checking those receipts. Whitney Houston said, if only one of y'all was there last night, then why is 2 on your receipt? I saw your credit card receipt. Yeah, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make, yeah. She said, if only one of y'all had dinner, then one of y'all, then she said, wait a minute, what's the line?
Cash, fellas, cash.
Cash.
Why would you, man, cash, if you out there like that? I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm checking if he says she charged me for 2, we going down there now. We're calling right now. We're getting the money put back on the card.
Stop being lazy. Go to the ATM and pull that cash.
And if that person says there were 2 sizes, there was a size 8 and a size 7, no, you're in trouble, sir. That was a stupid tip anyway, Mo. Yes. You need to not cheat because you're no longer.
I'm probably not. I don't know. Like I that's not part of my life no more.
Just say cash is king. No, Edna. Mo is wrong.
You go? Okay. I see what you're doing. Okay, I like that.
No, Edna's a good woman.
She is.
Yes. I won't do that to be. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't. Look. I don't want you guys are watching this in the replay. I don't want any comments about checking me. I was doing the best I could. I was a young woman. I was not even 30. And I mean, somebody offering Jimmy Choo's. I was a big fan of Sex in the City. I mean, come on.
Cut us some slack.
Cut me some slack.
He was younger. It's a different time.
Yeah. I mean,
we all done things. We got our passes.
I mean, I didn't get them.
He didn't take it.
But I got very weak. Because I just feel like anybody that's doing that, like, that is so cruel. So cruel to offer something that you know the person can't resist.
Now, he would have been more acceptable if he showed up with Hostess cupcake, perhaps. You took that.
First of all, I would not feel. We understand cash is not traceable, Edna.
Hold up, you're saying too much now. Hold up.
Edna, what is happening?
Gotta relax now. Wait. I don't know this side of you.
No, but if somebody showed up with a cupcake, then I would just think that I would definitely have accepted it because it's just a sweet gesture. That's not something that's gonna.
That's how it starts in the workplace. Lunch, snacks, lunch. That's how it starts. Then it's let's go to lunch. That's how it starts. You don't accept
and snacks, Mo.
You don't accept nothing but a compliment. That's it. And keep that short.
I think Gun Boss wouldn't care if I accepted a snack. I don't think he would.
I doubt that very seriously.
I don't think he would care. Now, I don't want anybody bringing him lunch.
See?
Because I know how women are. Women try to use food to trap men.
It works.
That's all y'all really want is food. And Edna says she wasn't always saved.
I don't have enough for you today.
Edna is regulate. We are.
You know what? I can't say that because I discussed my past. So you had a past. You know, that's not fair for me.
Yes, Edna has a past.
My bad.
Edna has a past as well.
Some more, Edna.
Oh my God, my friend's husband used to cash from the ATM daily to buy for the side woman. So I'm like, what are these deductions? What are these cash? What is this all going to? Where is it going? But I've always said I do believe that men have an extra 3 or 4 hours. I used to think it was 24, but I definitely think men have extra hours in a day. Because a man can go to work all day, come home, be at home with you at night, and still be having an affair. I don't know where y'all get the time.
I would say it's the other way around.
You think women have more hours?
Because women have excuses. Hair, nails, barbershop, that's all we got.
But y'all act like the barbershop takes a long time.
Have you ever been to the barbershop? It don't take longer than the hair salon.
It doesn't. But I'm saying men always are able to do it, even if they're going to work. And I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, "You never think your dude cheated on you in 14 years?" She said, "I know he didn't." And I was like, "Okay." And she said, "He always is at home. He always came home at a reasonable hour."
What's wrong with that? Okay.
But that don't mean that he never cheated. They have extra hours.
Now you just making shit up.
No, I'm not. I'm not making it up. Y'all do have extra because I'm telling you, I've seen it.
I think y'all have extra personally.
Now we have better lies.
And there you have it.
We have better lies. I mean, you just said tell the person that you were going to buy 2 shoes and they accidentally rang 2 up. The shoes are going to be different sizes. God forbid they have a camera in the store showing you buying both pair. Like that was a horrible lie.
More of the story is make sure she wear the same size.
I picked it apart, Mo.
But why most guys get caught because their lies aren't bulletproof. I never had to use that lie. I just started out on the fly.
That fly was no good. And you're right. My ex cheated with a woman on the job as well. I think it's easier for people on the job to cheat, period, men or women, because you're with them and you have something in common.
Man, I know somebody that made fake work stationery, like they had to go out of town for work.
What?
Stayed in the same city, got dropped off at the airport and everything. A woman.
That's a good lie.
See how thorough women are? She made fake stationery, like they was going and what they had to bring and this, that, and other.
How committed she was to saving her man and saving her relationship.
Left it on the counter for a week. And she knew she was going to eventually read it. Then she was like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. We are going such and such." Had the man drop her off at the airport and pick her up, and she didn't go nothing but the airport hotel for the weekend.
Was it with you?
No, it wasn't me. No.
Oh, I was like, is this one of the...
No. That wasn't me.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, because Mo, that sounds like one of your... I do remember when a girl that had a dude at home, I've told this story before. She had a dude at home and she brought her child to your house to cheat on her dude that she was living with, who was the father of the child. That is just disgusting. And she told the guy and the baby, that they were going to see Jim. So when the baby said, "We went to see Jim," she was like, "Oh, he means we went to the gym." And the gym was Mo.
She did get a workout.
I can't stand you.
He wound up calling me a couple weeks or whatever, sometime later down the line, like, "Yo, man, I just wanted," like, "Brother, I don't tell on the ladies or whatever, but yeah, it happens."
How did he know that you were Jim?
No, he's not. No, I don't know, but I know he called me and was like, "Yo, you what?"
Well, obviously, the gym lie didn't work.
I think it worked for the time being, but later on, she just kept being absent.
She kept going to the gym.
Maybe he went through a phone. I don't know. I ain't want to speak to him.
So did she call you after he called you?
Huh?
Did she call you after he called you?
I want to say I called her and be like, "Yo, do you know you need to check, such. I'm not going to tell on her. You're calling the wrong person, B."
You're a good side. You're a good side, Mo, because there are some men that will tell.
For what?
There are some men that will tell.
And
then the two men will dap each other up.
They want the broad. I didn't want her.
Jesus help us.
Old me.
Oh. I remember that because that's when I was living with y'all. And I was downstairs. And she brought this innocent child.
Yeah.
It was like a toddler.
He even went in John's room and knocked on. It was wild, man. It was wild.
I had a man tell on me because he didn't like how I had it. Wow.
What?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Now that if there's ever a time when we talk about men acting like women, whew,
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm sorry, sis. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
You wanted to be in your place. A hater. I hate.
See, that's what I mean. It's like, though, you're not supposed. I get it if you're around and you might feel certain things, but you still got to remember, man, you got to charge it to the game. This is what it is. If not, it's not for you. If you want them dudes, they call them tender, the D word, and you fall in love with something and you ain't supposed to be, that's because you're doing it wrong, man. You ain't supposed to be falling in love with them chicks. You're supposed to have a good time. You could even like them, but you know what you're supposed to be. You ain't supposed to go that far.
I didn't know that's what a tender meant. So that's what Quavo was calling Chris Brown.
Yeah, like as soon as you get with them and you do things with them, you start falling in love, and it's like, nah, you were tender. Like, nah, you ain't supposed to do that.
But tender is a good thing.
If it's just you and her, but you can't be just tender for loose women.
Yeah, I guess you stop using the term loose women.
I do that because I know you don't like it.
Don't like it. Because we see it as a negative, but we don't have a negative for loose men. And men are loose.
What? That's not my problem. Think of one.
Yeah, well, community. Would you have been insulted if someone called you community at that time?
I would have been proud.
Exactly. I don't like it. C-Dub, you're regulated to the corner as well.
Matter of fact, I would have changed my name to Community Moe.
Jesus Christ. I told you, a friend of mine, there's no way a woman can win trying to play a man's game. You got to play a woman's game because they have different rules. They have different rules. Well, all right. So tonight's question was, who do you lie to more? I still think it's the person that you don't like the most. I think you lie more to them because you want to keep them connected with doing little. Now, the only way you wouldn't lie to them more is if you have multiple ones. But if you have some faithful garden tools that you're dealing with on a regular basis, you are lying to them. You just don't care about the lie because there's no consequences that come with that lie.
It's a lot that goes with it, especially nowadays, because back in my time, man, they didn't require much like they do now. I don't know how y'all fellas cheat now. These women,
not back in my time.
These women,
in my glory days.
My presence used to be good enough. It ain't good enough no more. That's why I can't do it.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. We're gonna need if you're trying to play those games, you're gonna need to bring something to the table. Some coins, some shoes, some bags, some I don't know what the girls like. Some Casamigos.
They not playing out here, man. Just inviting you to the crib, that ain't good enough. Though. You gonna have to.
And I will also say back to my point. I think that is now on trend to be a side. It's not a bad thing. Edna. Okay.
What she say? What she say?
Edna said, I was a man eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, guys. She'll chew you up. Edna.
Listen. Edna, we gotta have a video. You gotta come on the show one time. We gotta talk. And we gotta get. I'm pretty sure you got some great stories from back in the day, not now.
Edna does have some good stories from back before. She said she has a testimony. Okay.
Crystal, when you like to hear that?
I would love to hear Edna's story. Edna can DM me. You can DM me and I will share because I would love, or if we would love to have you come on, if you would love to come on, Edna. Joe said, Edna, were you in Freaknik? It sounds like Edna was.
I don't know, but Edna, I would like to hear a story or two.
Edna said she was a man eater. Wasn't that a song?
The fact that you referenced for that, I might be slightly before Freaknik. I'm just saying. No disrespect. I'm just saying.
Like maybe it would have been a disco era time.
I don't know. Maybe it might have been that Jody Watley era concert you was doing. I don't know. It's somewhere in there.
He says no freak, Nick. So yes, it might have been before.
Yeah.
It might have been a Prince, you know?
Yeah, big hair era. Big hair era.
Studio 54.
I wouldn't go that far. I wasn't gonna do that there.
No, Edna, I am intrigued. She says it was a song. It was a song. So Man Eater was a song. I knew it. I knew it was a song.
I have a sneaky suspicion you did a lot of dancing to Nasty Girls by Vanity Six. That might have been your song. I could be
that song. I used to feel like I was gonna get in trouble when that song came on. Oh, Sheila, what? Now we were alive then. We were not.
No, but she loved it.
You don't know that.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. Could be wrong.
Edna, we want some information.
DM Christal, we gotta hook this up, Edna, please.
Edna, she will. We are DM friends, and send me some information, Edna, that we can share. Let's talk about. So next Wednesday, we're going to talk about does your dating past affect your dating present? Because you obviously have quite a past.
Good one.
Yes, so we're going to talk about past and impacting your present. And hopefully Edna can share with us some stories, and anyone else that has stories they want to talk about.
I would love it. Yeah, please
share with us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of our Ready to Love alums to come on.
There you go.
Next Wednesday and share with us. Do we think that past, if you had a past that was a little bit more alternative, or social, right? Does that affect you? Does that affect your present? If Mo is out with a young lady now and 3, 4, 5, 10 women come up to him at an outing and have something to say, is that going to affect what he has going on today?
You never know. I could be having something going on today. You
never. We just don't know. But I'm saying, like, you don't know if what happened in our past,
absolutely,
comes to our future. So Edna, I'll be looking in my email. Oh, Edna says she also hung out with a Q dog.
I know you got stories.
I have a lot of stories about college with the bruhs, the Q dogs. Jesus help us, Edna. So, and I know you have stories as well, because I don't know why I would. Anyway, yes, we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, we'll start bringing on Wednesday some of the alumni for the Ready to Work.
Yeah, we'll bring some. We'll have guests on Wednesday, but remember, we're talking about, does your past impact your present? And then Friday, we have some updates from Love and Marriage Huntsville with our girls Sunny and Destiny. There are some updates. There's some updates to that. So yes, we'll be looking forward to next Wednesday for the past. And no, C-Dub, she has not said enough. We need information from Edna. Edna is one of our faithfuls, our yes, one of our XO families that we love. So we look forward to hearing what Edna has learned. I was with someone that was and I was like, you spend more time in the mirror than me. Oh yeah, well. Yeah, we know who that. We knew what that was. Anytime the man spent more time in the mirror, he was definitely a Kappa, like Jamal that we've had on before. Edna says she's going to DM me. I'm looking forward to it.
Good, great.
The update does involve jail, Marriott, and a little bit more than that. So definitely Love and Lockup Huntsville. That's hilarious. Definitely tune in Friday. We will see you guys then. We love you all for watching. Make sure you share this conversation. Ask your friends, do they agree? Do you lie more to the person you care about, or the person that you are with, or that you actually are just enjoying their
Put that in the comments.
Put that in the comments. Q dogs and Kappas are freaks. Edna, okay. And Edna, I'll look for my DM. Okay. All right. And yes, I just think probably all college people, fraternities are freaks, because I don't think alphas or sigmas probably are not. Now they may not be at the same level. No one is at the same level as Omega Psi Phi, but hey, we'll we'll revisit that next week. Remember, past, present. Check us out on Friday. Tomorrow, I have an interview that I did with Aikisha from Bell Collective that's going to air tomorrow, and then we'll talk about that on Friday. We'll talk about that interview and everything happening on Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. So we will see you guys then.
There it is.
All right. Have a great week. We'll see you guys here on Friday. Bye.